We're at the after party here in San Francisco. I'm with Anissa Laval and Autianna Wilson. Welcome to Entrepreneur Podcast.
Yes, thank you for having us here. We're super excited to be here with you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Well, I'm hyped to be here with two lovely ladies who are making some influential roads in optical and optometry. So we're going to talk about some things that really interest me, and I see you guys posting online a lot, and you have a following, and we want to inspire and get people to think really good about themselves to do big things in life. Anissa, where do you work right now? What are you doing in eye care?
There's a lot of big things that I'm doing in eye care. I am currently owner of the Cutting Edge Berkeley, and I'm really excited. I've only had it for 6 months, and it's been the biggest adventure. It is a joint collaboration. My mother and I, Julia Laval, and she has been in this for, I want to talk about 30 plus years. So she taught me everything I know, and now I wanted to go into it myself. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So you had that cool family influence. I had it too.
Yeah, right?
And yeah, it feels
talked about that.
You have the best mentor, right?
Oh my gosh. Like when I say I learned everything from her, everything. Every mistake that I made, you really get, when you're like working something, you're like, oh, it's okay, try again. With your parents, it's like, what were you doing?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I got this next time.
Perform better, yeah.
Right.
So how about you, Autianna? Where did you get your start in optical?
Yeah, so I've been an optician for almost 10 years now, starting in September. And I started in optical from my mom, actually. She was at a really high level at Luxottica. So I jumped into lens crafters for a couple years, and then a birdie told me about independent and private practice, and I switched over and I never turned back from there. So I've been going in strong, super passionate about it, and I love this industry. It's definitely my favorite.
Awesome. So I want to talk about independent eyewear. It's big. It's real fashion. It's not fake fashion.
It's the only fashion.
Yeah, OG fashion.
Yes.
So what does independent eyewear mean to you, Autianna?
When I think of independent eyewear, first of all, I think of craftsmanship. I think of hard work, and I think of quality product. Like in comparison to mass-produced things, independent eyewear has a story, and that's what makes it so special. And there's a lot that goes on with making it. So, as an independent eyewear advocate, I'm all for it, and I just enjoy the process of making it. That's what makes it special, is the whole process and why it's independent.
Okay. What about you? What is
independent? I think what goes into independent for me is understanding that things take time, and I understand the value of taking nothing and making it into something. So when I see a line that's taken their time to make every single piece and manufacture every piece and understand what marketing is and trying to get just a few people to know about it and then a lot of people know about it, I don't know, it just gives me more of a appreciation for the line itself. So that's what independence is to me. It's understanding it's the little things that matter that grow into the big things, and realizing that and broadcasting that to the masses.
Okay.
And you know what? I want to add on a little extra, actually.
Yeah, go.
Independent eyewear is exclusivity.
Exactly.
It's special. Not everyone can grasp it, especially in this optical industry. Right. I do believe, I would like to say that everyone should jump on board to independent optical.
Every time.
But that's what makes it also special. It's exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, people want to be different, and a lot of times you have to actually show people how to be different. Yeah. When someone walks in and they want a Versace, you have to be take them a step back and say, whoa, that's not exclusive.
Right. I do that all the time. People go off of brand names, and they don't even understand how much better something that's not heard of per se.
Right.
How special it is, and how it's just so much better than a Versace or a Chanel. I mean, those are great lines and all, but a lot of people outside of the industry don't realize that it's honestly the same product over and over with a different name stamp.
Yeah. So one of the things I'm kind of big about is bringing sexy back into optical, because we're selling glasses, and from the outside, it doesn't look very cool. But like once you get in the industry, you're like, whoa, this is cool. Like we're making things happen. So like, how do you think we can like bring sexy back into optical, get young people interested?
I think it's all about the imagery. We have a lot of images that are so cookie cutter, and at this point, it's like we don't need any more people looking into the sunset. I'm exhausted. I want something that's like sexy. Give me a good car. Give me a good outfit, because that's what glasses are. That's what eyewear is. It's fashion. So we sometimes lose face in that, and we put such a headshot into things. Where's the imagery? Where's the story? And I think that's where some lines do so amazing. They add a story. Here's one frame, and here's its entire journey, and let's get more information. That's how you get sexy. Bring us the whole image.
Yeah.
I want from start to finish. What made her choose this frame in the morning? What made her go through the afternoon and switch back to it? Why did she put on that dark, sexy leather outfit and then put the same glasses back on?
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk personal branding too. Why should we have personal brands in eye care? Because I think, you know, when a consumer, a patient comes into a boutique optical, a private practice, they want to work with like a personality, right?
Exactly.
So Autianna, tell me about personal branding. What does that mean to you?
One thing for Autianna is she does branding like I have not seen. That's one thing I have to say about this girl. Like she really does. One thing that people will come into a store and they'll stand and be like, oh my god, I remember you, you had this great picture with this good pink frame. Oh my god, can I get something like that? Personal branding just aligns with that. What is your, like, I don't know, I feel like you're just great at personal branding.
No, I mean, when I think about that question, I think about people just genuinely being themselves. And in the optical industry, there's already enough cookie cutter people. So just the fact that you're able to be yourself and be in an environment where you can express your individuality and then also bring people into your personality and change their views on things and styles, that's my way of personal branding. It's being authentic, being me, being honest, being blunt, letting people know this doesn't look good. I'm sorry, I know you came in to be conservative, but let me tell you what's really going to enhance your look, what's really going to make you feel better when you're looking at yourself. And I think personal branding, it's being yourself, being authentic, and having honest opinions about things.
Yeah, you know, when I think of going into an optical, I'm thinking of like going to the JCPenney's. They have no one has any personality. They're checking the boxes off, and people are seeking out like really unique individual experiences. So that's why as independents we can really provide that, because we can dress the way we want, we can talk the way we want, and post ourselves online that way.
That's real.
I want to talk about social media presence. Why is it important to have a really authentic social media presence? Like, you can't just go to repost other people's pictures. Like, it doesn't work that way. You're not going to get any traction out there. So how can we really up our game in social media to attract clientele to come to us?
I mean, I think I could answer that question in two ways, because for a personal brand, like for myself as the optical goddess, I'm posting myself in my style and inviting people into what I like and advertising for different brands so that other people see, like, I can wear this, you can wear this too. But in regards to an office, I think reposting photos from brands page, that's not going to work. You need to post real people. You need to post your clientele. You need to post your staff and make yourself look interesting, but also be interesting. You can't be a boring office on Instagram. There's no way that people are going to come into you. And that's exactly a great reason why you should go independent, because there's so many different offices that carry the same stuff. If you're on social media and maybe you're in a more conservative area, but you're carrying independent lines, that's already just going to make you look different from the office down the street. So it's really just about differentiating yourself, and I think that's the most important tool and key in regards to being a successful optical, is being different from everyone else. But don't try too hard. Just be.
I know. It's horrible. Please don't try too hard.
Yeah, I think you're right. I really like how you just mentioned that it's important for the staff, not just one person to really be on social media, but you need to be showing everybody. Show the technicians who are in the back of the office. Show the office manager who might be doing paperwork throughout the day. Like, I think we underestimate that patients come to places not just because the optician is good, but maybe they just love the receptionist.
Yeah.
So it's that constant reminder.
Yes, that's real.
So how do you stay motivated, Anissa? What is
It's hard.
when you wake up in the morning? You're tired. It's gloomy out.
Yeah.
Like, why do you have to go to work? Like, what excites you?
Because I have to pay my bills. Honestly, what keeps me motivated? If I didn't have my parents to show me. My parents are both in optical. So for me, if it wasn't for watching my parents struggle, both of them come to this country with nothing in their pockets, I honestly would have been like, oh, I tried it.
Where did they grow up?
My father's Ugandan, and he was in Africa. My mother's Panamanian, so she's Central America. So it was a lot of seeing them struggle just to make my life better. And then their words to me was, you can do this if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can. And for me, it's like, that's what motivates me. Now at this point, I'm making something for myself and my future, but at the same time, I want to make sure they can retire.
Yeah.
Go live on a beach or on a boat. Leave me alone, and I got this.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I love the positivity. Yeah. So women in eye care, you guys are really having a big come up the past 5 years. So congrats on that. How can other ladies, like, since it's such a male-dominated industry, how can women kind of make moves? Like, where do you see it?
So easy. All you have to do is put your mind to it. I know it sounds like cookie cutter, but put your mind to it. There's so many women in this industry that are actually the backing and the importance to optometry. There's so many men who are doctors and their wives are sitting there and they're the ones who books all of the appointments, picks all of the glasses. There's so much importance to women in this industry because we do have that understanding of a person's face and how to speak to people and how to brand ourselves. It's just a matter of sitting there going, let me go ahead and do what's necessary. Because you will most likely follow a woman on Instagram with her makeup and her glasses and her hair and her clothes and how she does everything, sometimes more than a man.
Yeah. And you know what? Also know your worth, because in this male-dominated industry, it's easy to get undervalued. You gotta know your worth and stick to that, and know that somebody will recognize that, and you will find that. Sometimes you gotta go through multiple jobs. I know I have, until somebody can recognize your worth, and then you're just gonna feel good about it. So never settle for less. Keep being you.
Yeah, and I think as far as like knowing your worth, like the proof is in the pudding. So if you know you're making really good sales, if you know you're organized, you're fitting lenses well, patients are happy, you're getting 5-star Google reviews, you know you're doing something well. So sometimes employers don't really have any clue what's going on in their optical. So sometimes if you're out there, it's important to bring it to their attention in a really friendly way, of course. You don't need to like, hey, give me $10 more because I'm
right.
crushing it. You got to be friendly about it.
Right, 100%.
So speaking about that, I see a lot of people in optical who are maybe unhappy, and I'm just like, well, if you're unhappy, like go, like move to a different office, go somewhere else, go work at a frame company. So like, what do you say to the people who are just unhappy out there? Like, what can they do?
Move on.
This is what I say. Not only just move on, but there literally is so many fish in the sea. There's so many optical places that need a good optician, and there's so many options. I think people get way too comfortable when it comes to optical. I've worked at many places where there was somebody there for over 15 years and they're not the happiest. And I feel like everybody has an opportunity to be very happy in their own work environment. So sometimes you got to be vulnerable and move on, because there's definitely something better out there. So if you ever feel stuck, just know that you're not stuck, and you got to just take some risks and do that. Make some moves, make it happen.
But be smart. I'm sorry. I've just heard way too many stories where it's like someone's like, oh, I'm out, I'm done, I'm gonna move on. If you're gonna make a move, it's all about happiness, but it's also about having that safety of knowing what's coming next. So if your next step is to move on, I'm unhappy, make sure that next move that you make is better than your last one. Don't move to the next office, you're getting paid the same.
Yeah.
Basically in the same situation. Like,
yeah.
You just change your atmosphere. You didn't change your situation.
I agree. I see a lot of opticians will move to make $1 more an hour. Well, that dollar is not going to change your life.
Yeah.
And maybe $5 won't change your life. So you have to be smart. I like that.
Be smart.
You know what? But I will say, just to kind of say something in response to that, that you might be making that extra dollar. However, the place might actually teach you more. So maybe you are only worth that extra dollar. You have to be able to acknowledge and recognize that about yourself, that, you know what, I feel like I'm not getting paid enough, but do I really deserve that extra $3, $4, $5?
That's true.
So, you know, look at yourself in the mirror at the end of the day and say, like, what do you actually deserve? I think, you know, I mean, you gotta, right?
I agree. I'm agreeing with you because, you know, girl, I understand. It's just my personal thing is, yes, you're gonna learn all that stuff, but you're not gonna learn that just by hoping and praying.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? Go in there, try a day. And then most times they'll let you try a second day. Most people don't even think about that, but I'll be honest, there's been places I've worked and I've like gone and like done one day. And they're like, oh, we love you. I'm like, yeah, so I'm gonna try one more day. And it's not gonna be on the day you choose. I want it to be a Friday.
Yeah. No, I get that. I just think that it is okay to go to a place if you're making the same, if they're going to teach you and make you a better person at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because then you will be able to leave that place and say, now I know exactly what I'm worth.
So what I hear you saying is like sometimes you have to slow down.
Yes.
Like this industry can be really fast paced.
Absolutely.
And you feel like you know it all, but you don't.
Yes.
So sometimes you have to step back, realize that you are low man on the totem pole or low woman, and accept you have mentors. You need to follow the mentor.
Yes. Exactly.
And get a mentor. Like that's the key
How can
word.
other ladies get mentors?
It's so easy. Honestly, it's more about, there's so many women that are out there that have been in this industry, even men that have been in this industry for 12, 13, 15 years, master opticians, master lab technicians, all of them. And if you just take your pride and the ego away a little bit, and if you like bother them a lot, I swear you can get a mentor. You just have to go up and be in their face and go, I love this, and I want to do this, and I want to learn, and not the, how do I move this just a little bit so it kind of works. I want you to actually teach me what it means to be an optician. They will teach you, because they're dying for something new. Why not?
I will also add in that the Optical Women's Association is a great place to find a mentor. I just recently joined, and I feel like there's a lot of very strong, inspiring, motivating women. And sometimes it's not even about how to be a better optician, but just how to be a better leader. Yes. And sometimes you need that in order to just grow in general. So shout out to Optical Women's Association. They have some great women leaders in there.
Okay, well, awesome. So, ladies, if the listeners want to get in touch with you, how can they reach out to you? Maybe they're inspired. Maybe they just have a question. How can they get in touch?
Well, I'm on Instagram, so C_the cutting edge. And you can always stop by my office in Berkeley, California, which is the cutting edge of optics, or just reach out on my email. I always say email is the best way to get in contact with me. cthecuttingedge@gmail.com, and I'm willing to talk to anybody. If anything, I'm willing to learn because I'm still learning. That's the best part of being an optician.
Right on.
Yeah, how about you, Autianna? How can they get in touch?
For me, there are 4 ways to get in touch. First of all, Instagram, which is Goddess of Optics, and that's Goddess of Optics with an X. You can also reach me on email, goddessofoptics with an X @gmail.com. You could also check out my website, which is www.opticalgoddesslife.com. You can go ahead and go to the contact page, send me an email, or you could stop by my office anytime. I'm at City Optometry.
Awesome. Thanks so much, ladies. I'm feeling inspired. I'm not going to join the OWA. Maybe, if they let me in.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
seriously.
thank you. This
You're
was
welcome.
really fun.
You're welcome.